Hi everyone, this is Shivam. Welcome back to the Kubernetes Without Fear series. In my last video, we talked about kubectl being just a remote control. Today, I want to show you the kubectl mistakes that has deleted production workloads in real companies. And the scary part is, it usually happens in less than 5 seconds. Let's talk about why. You were working locally, maybe testing something, maybe cleaning up resources, and then you run. It works, right? No big deal. Except you weren't connected to your local cluster. You connected to production. kubectl didn't warn you. kubectl doesn't know your intention. It just sends the command to whatever cluster is currently active. The decision depends on something called your context. And if you don't understand context, clusters, and namespaces, you are playing with fire. Now let's understand what are clusters. A cluster is simply a Kubernetes environment. You might have a local kind cluster, a staging cluster, or a production cluster. kubectl can talk to all of them, and it silently switches between them. Now let's understand context. A context tells kubectl three things: which cluster, which user, and which namespace. Each row here is a different connection profile. This line right here decides where your command goes. If this says production, your next delete command goes to production. Assume you have two contexts, kind cluster and kind cluster 1. Now let's switch context and we'll see this in action. Imagine here the kind cluster is my local cluster and the kind cluster 1 is my production cluster. Now let's switch to my kind cluster 1, which is our production cluster. Now imagine you forgot that you switched context yesterday. Imagine running this delete pod command in production. If this was actual production environment, the pod is gone. This is not a Kubernetes problem. It's a human problem. Engineers switch between environments all day. It could be local, staging, or production environment. And kubectl does exactly what you tell it to do. Now let's explore what are namespaces. Even inside the same cluster, you might have a default namespace, a dev namespace, a production namespace, and a staging namespace. Your context also includes namespaces. If you don't specify one, kubectl will use the default namespace. Deleting something in the wrong namespace can break the wrong app. Now let's look at the engineering discipline, what professionals do. Professional engineers develop habits where they always check the current context before running any destructive command. They double check current context, current namespace, and to what cluster they are connected to. It takes just 3 seconds, but it can save hours of damage control. Remember this rule: never run delete, apply, or scale command without checking your current context. Make that a habit. In the next video, I will show you how DevOps engineers debug Kubernetes when something actually goes down. Because once you understand environments, debugging becomes much more logical. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep learning.